Chairman, very much. Thank you. If there is a proxy for economic development in a country, it is the deployment of broadband. And when 2 days ago we celebrated the 15th anniversary of the signing of the Telecommunications Act of 1996, February 8th, 1996. 15 years ago, today, not one home in America had broadband. 15 years ago today, not one home in America had broadband. 15 years later, Google, eBay, Amazon, Hulu, YouTube, on and on and on. 2 million jobs, branded, made in America. We won. We're not doing that in clean energy yet. China is trying to do that. We don't have a plan, but that's a great economic opportunity for us. That's another committee right now that is having that here. In the stimulus bill, I was able to add language which required that each of these grants have open access as a part of the condition. Mr. Shulman, is that important to have open access as a part of ensuring part of the deployment of broadband in our country?
If open access is available and is easily usable, that can be important.
So what challenges would your business face if we had to, if open access was a part of receiving funds under the Recovery Act?
You have to be able to have a workable plan with the company that you would be getting access from. Mm-hmm. And what we have found in some other experiences is that has been difficult to make happen.
And why is it difficult?
It appears there's a boatload of rules that you have to go through to make things happen, which create barriers.
A boatload of rules that the other companies have.
That's correct.
Okay. The companies, there are a lot of companies that don't really believe in open access.
That's exactly right.
They create those rules as the obstacles.
And so in the pure sense, having open access is very important.
Oh, it's so
in reality, it becomes a lot more difficult to make happen.
It's so important, because, as you know, Verizon and AT&T turned down the contract to build the Internet. And then at each juncture, they've turned down the opportunity to go into the Internet until we did the 96 Act, and then they sued. They called it a bill of attainder in the Supreme Court. They tried to stop it, after we passed the 96 Act, Verizon and Pac Bell. So there are problems without question. Can you provide, Mr. Goldstein, a specific example where the Recovery Act does not provide the authority for the return to the Treasury of unused or reclaimed broadband funding, but that this draft bill would?
We haven't looked at that specifically, sir. I will take a look and get back to your office. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, please. Thank you. On the issue of total percent of Americans which now do not have broadband, I know that those numbers came up early. Could you tell me what those numbers are? Ms. Fong, do you know the answer to that?
I do not know.
Does anyone out there know the answer to that question?
We can get back to you, sir. We'll take a look.
Okay, I think that's important. This is all part of a plan for the future for our country, so that we're capturing all of the opportunities which broadband presents for economic development in rural America and inner city America, so that everyone is participating. The E-rate, which I was able to include in the 1996 Act, that ensured that all schools, the poorest schools, all have access to it, so that the kids get the skill set, really doesn't divide along regional lines. It's for every kid in America, so that they have it in their schools. But this broadband plan actually helps them to get it in their homes as well. And I just can't think of a more important thing that we could be doing to ensure that our economic growth continues unabated without this kind of a program in place. It ensures that it's uniform and that it captures the future. It captures what our country has to be all about in the 21st century. And on a bipartisan basis, I think we should all work towards that goal of empowering every human being, children especially, to be able to maximize their God-given abilities by having access to broadband, because it is the indispensable skill set that will make them competitive with a portable skill set that they can use anywhere in our country or the world in their lives here in the 21st century on this planet. And that's really what that provision was all about in the stimulus bill. And I thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this important hearing.